Hello, my name is Dominic, one of the devs from the studio Dead Bullet, and welcome to the pitch for our game called Grid Duel. Grid Duel is a multiplayer FPS where the player engages in 1v1 tactical fights during the Matrix-style virtual tournament area. Grid Duel is a fast-paced FPS that throws the player into a high-stakes 1v1 duels inside an ultra-futuristic virtual combat area known as the Grid. Throughout the player's experience, they will need to adapt and learn each of the weapon-specific spray patterns, movement mechanics, and also learn the geometry of the map to have a better advantage against their opponent. Grid Duel combines intense FPS gameplay while also making the player think of the decisions they will make, be aggressive or sneak around, and play mind games against your opponent. This game draws inspiration from the strategic FPS games like Counter-Strike and Valorant, incorporating first-person camera controls, precise weapon spray patterns, and strong emphasis on map control and awareness. Players must not only aim well, but think critically about positioning, timing, and tactical movement. What sets Grid Duel apart is its unique movement-based combat layer. Each player is equipped with a specialized sidearm pistol or knife that, when used skillfully, can propel or launch the player across the map, opening up creative traversal paths, flanking, and dodging. Mastering this mechanic is key to outsmarting your opponents, claiming high ground, and maintaining unpredictable movement patterns. Grid Duel is designed to reward raw skill, adapting fast, and deep understanding of its core system and competitive experience, built for players who crave to master a game. The platform that this game will be on is PC. The genre of this game is first-person shooter. The development tool we will be using is Unreal Engine 5.2.1. Blueprints and C++ to create our game. We will not be using any third-party APIs.
Hello, my name is Joel Lorenz, and I am also part of Dead Bullet Studios. Going on to the team, it will consist of Dominic and I. Dominic will be creating the UI, UX, the AI, and the player subsystem for the fear factor. On the other hand, I will be handling the player controller, the weapon systems, and the inventory/objective system.
For our second game, the Nightwatch, our horror game, I'm going to be working on some objective systems, level design, some player controller stuff, and the AI. I may end up working on some other stuff from their lines, but for now, that's what I'm going to be working on.
With the shorthanded staff, we will both be dipping into each other's disciplines to help when needed. Along with that, we will both be handling the overall level and sound design together to make it work with all the systems that we create. Lastly, we have the overall feature list of the game. It is ranked in tiers A, B, and C, A being the highest priority and C being the lowest. Starting with A, we want to prioritize the third-person camera system, so the player will be able to free look around and then also aim in and be able to shoot. Next would be the basic combat system, so this would incorporate the shooting with the weapon systems and also the simple melee actions for the player. Next would be the enemy AI with behavioral variants. So this is just an example of different enemy types. So maybe there would be a brute that is very tanky, very loud, and comes straight directly for you. And the other is a very slow moving type that only moves when they are not looked at, which is more of a weeping angel type, so they will sneak up on the player if they are not careful enough. Next, we want to work on some inventory management, so the player will be able to keep items found around the map, be able to keep ammo for their weapons, and all these different things. Next would be the objective system. So this is like keys to open doors for certain parts of the map, or objective tasks to be able to turn on like power for the map to open a door or something like that. Next would be the overall fear factor. This is a component system that we would make that would be fake enemies appearing, but these fake enemies don't actually harm you. They're just there to scare you and kind of waste your resources if you're not careful enough. So if you are really careless and start shooting blindly at these illusions, you're going to waste a lot of your resources for the next real actual enemies, and that will take a big play in the game. Next would be the mid tier, so this is for the B tier. It would be the stealth mechanic, so having noise distractions and hiding, so being able to not only attack the enemies there, we are also going to be able to hide and distract them with certain things, so being able to throw items and all that type. Next would be the randomized events for each new game, so the kind of key items would be randomized, or the doors that are opened would be randomized, kind of giving the player a different pathing for each time they open up the game. Then next would be dynamic enemy spawning, so the exhibits would actually be put in different rooms every time, so every time it kind of feels like a new map when the player is able to come and play the game over again. It kind of gives a uneasy tension to the player if they are playing it for a second time, not knowing where everything actually is. And then C being last, it is the least priority that we want to have, but it would be a weapon upgrade system, so being able to attach like knives to your weapon to upgrade your melee damage, or being able to use fire bullets for some reason or something like that, just having a kind of weapon progression system. Next would be a safe room, so just being able to have a place to go and upgrade your weapons, having a place to stop and be in a safe area to recover from all the tension and the scariness of the game. And then I just want to finish off the pitch to show some comparable products that have been actually just playing in the background of this video. But some of the comparable products would actually be Resident Evil. This game did a tight third-person combat very well, and the player feels very heavy while playing the game, so it adds to that, like, I can't really run away right now because they're so close, but it still feels like the player is very weighted when they're running, and it just adds to more tension. Next would be Dead Space, and this one has a very different vibe to it. The studio really integrated UI well. They actually used UI through the suit that the player wore instead of using overall menus to display information. So like the weapon system would be a projection screen that came up onto the screen to be able to change. And that, I thought that really made the game feel seamless and kind of integrated with each other. And then obviously the sound design for that game was amazing, and a lot of breaks of silence will be very influential into this game. Just having that eerie, echoey silence of nothing happening just really adds to a game. And then next, lastly, would be The Evil Within. This is an older game. The combat really stood out for this title. The way that you're able to stealth around, set up traps for your enemies, and just use your environment to your advantage, along with the overwhelming atmosphere of this game, is very, very horror-like and very gory. Just adds to the overall feeling of something's just walking behind you. But yeah, that is our pitch for the Nightwatch game. But yeah, thank you.